going to be making up a vegetarian wrap today. Now what we're going to do is to make up a really nice vegetarian mixture, and then we're going to use that in like one of these tortilla wraps, make a nice wrap. Alternatively, you could serve it up with pita bread, or you could have it in a nice bit of crunchy bread, whatever you like. The main thing is the mixture we're going to make, the filling, is really nice and delicious, and it's simple to do. So to make this filling that's going to go in our wraps or your pita bread, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got 200 grams of feta cheese, really nice cheese, and it's simple to use because take it out of the packet and you can just crumble it with your fingers into a bowl, so nice and simple. Now I'm going to use about 180 grams of olives. Now you can use any olives you want. The main thing is make sure they've been pitted, so the inside of the olive has had the stone taken out, because you don't want to bite into one of those. Now with the olives, as I say, you can use any ones you like, but sometimes when you do buy them, they come in jars and they've got flavours or something stuffed inside the olive. Now these ones have got some bits of cheese stuffed in there, so I'll use some of those, and these ones have got some bits of sun-dried tomato in the jar as well, so probably use some of that. Obviously we're going to drain off as much of the liquid as possible, and if you've got oil in your jar like this one, I would suggest keeping that, and you could use it another time for like part of your salad dressing. Artichoke, now I've got a jar of that, 280 grams, going to use all of that, but again just drain it off thoroughly. One lettuce, now I'm probably not going to use all of that, probably use half of it. Some of the bigger leaves I'm going to peel off. Keep those because they can be like, when you've got your tortilla wrap, you can line it with a little bit of the lettuce, and again some of it I'm just going to shred down nice and fine. Tomatoes, little baby tomatoes, nice and ripe, got some good flavour. You haven't got to use those, but I'm just going to slice those in half, add them in, give it a little bit of colour and a little bit of flavour. Now in the frying pan, the only bit of cooking we're going to do is frying up with a little bit of oil these fennel seeds. Now before you put them in the oil, you need to crush them. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of crushed fennel seeds, 1 chilli. Now take the seeds out and slice it up nice and fine, and also 2 cloves of garlic. Just peel those and again slice that down fairly fine. Now also I've got 1 lemon. Now I'm probably going to use the juice of maybe half a lemon, and on the outside I'm going to use some of the zest. So you know, get your sort of cheese grater, it's got a setting on there for doing the zesting, and just try and get a bit of that yellow sort of skin on the outside of the lemon, about half of it. Fresh mint, now with the mint I'm going to chop that down fairly fine. It's got a beautiful flavour, mint, fairly strong, so you might want to add some, taste it and then add a bit more if you want to. Now I've also got some parsley, fresh parsley. You haven't got to use that, but I think it's always nice in this sort of mixture. So I'm going to break the leaves off and again chop those down fairly fine as well. Now obviously bread wise, as I said, you can use like a tortilla wrap and you can roll it up, or you could use a pita bread, or just a really nice bread and spread some on. So it's entirely up to you what ingredients you use for this, but you know, I think these are a nice combination, so give it a go. So I've got myself a frying pan, and what I'm going to do is put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and then we're going to fry up the chilli, the garlic and the crushed fennel seed. So let's put some olive oil in the pan. Now because there's some in these olives, in the jar of olives, that is olive oil, I'm actually just going to pour some and use some of that. So let's just pour that out there. That's it. Now let's switch the heat on to about a medium heat. That's it. Let that come up to heat, and then we're going to put in the chilli, the garlic and the fennel seeds, the crushed fennel seeds. So mine's just warmed up a little bit. Just going to turn it down a fraction more, get rid of that noise. Now, going to go in with the sliced up chilli. I'll put the garlic in there as well. Give that a quick stir. Always turn it down if you think it's a little bit too hot. What you don't really want to do is to burn the garlic. Now I've got all this crushed fennel seeds, so it's all like a powdery sort of stuff. It should become really nice and fragrant in a moment, so just mix that around. And like I say, only a couple of minutes and then we can switch it off and that's done. Just keep moving it around. Oh, smelling beautiful in this kitchen now. Beautiful. That's it. I'll just leave that for another minute. Give it the occasional stir, and then we'll switch it off the heat. So that's probably just under 2 minutes. So I'm going to switch that off the heat. I'm going to move it off the heat completely. So leave that now. That's all done, and we're going to go over to the table and start putting all the ingredients in the bowl, and then we'll follow it up with this really lovely sort of chili and garlic mixture. So let's go over to the table. So I've got my bowl now. I kind of shredded my lettuce a little bit, so you know, good bit of lettuce there. Now I'm going to start off with the feta cheese. So there's a lump of feta cheese, and you just kind of grab it and you can just crumble it. Look, it sort of crumbles. Do it different sizes. So I'll just carry on doing that with all the cheese. And that's it. Beautiful. There you go. I've done the cheese. Next of all, got those olives. Mixture of 2 different olives. You can see I've got the bits of sun-dried tomato as well there. Then we've got the artichokes. You see I managed to drain off quite a lot of the oil actually. Got your tomatoes. Now also, got me parsley, so let's just put that in. Also some mint. I've got me mint. I'm going to start with sort of half of it. We can taste it and always add a bit more. And you've got the lemon there as well, the lemon zest. Give it a lovely lemony flavour. Now I'm going to start off with the juice of half a lemon. Usually it's a good idea to do it under your, squeeze it into your hand so you don't get the pips in there. Oh yeah, it's good. Now I'm going to give that all a good stir. Get everything kind of mixed up. That's it. Giving that a good stir. Now I'm just going to try a little bit of that. Just want to try and get an idea of how it's tasting. Let's get a little bit. Nice flavours in there. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in. And also ground black pepper. Just a little bit more lemon juice, just to sort of freshen it up a bit more. And then I'm going to go in with that chili and garlic mixture. So try and get this bit right first, and then you can add the other bit. Right, let's just try this again. Right, looking nice. I've only got a little bit of mint there. I might as well put that in as well. So I put all that mint in the end. Now I'm going to go and get the mixture out the frying pan. We're going to put that in, give it a final mix, final taste, and that's ready to serve up. In the frying pan, they got all that lovely good stuff. Look at that. That is going to give it a real nice flavour. So get that in, give it a mix up, and try and get all the oil in there as well, because there is some good flavours in that oil. Just going to scrape the bottom of that pan. So good. Look at that. Can't waste any of that. Now again, give this a really good mix. Move it all around. Now let's just try, let's just try some of this. Try and get a bit of all sorts of things. A bit of everything really. Yeah, a bit of that chilli as well. Look at that. That tastes really nice. That is absolutely delicious actually. It's going to be really nice in the wrap. So that is really done now. So what I'm going to do next is get me pita bread or your tortilla wraps, and we're just going to make a couple of these up, and I'm going to just have a good bite of one. Now I've got myself a plate, and I'm going to start with the pita bread one. So what I'm going to do is just get some lettuce, just poke that in there. And what I'm going to do is poke a little bit in the top, and in the middle there I think we can just put some of this mixture. So let's bring the mixture, just sort of load it in really. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's smelling good, and that is looking good. So that'll do for the one with the pita bread. Squash that down. I'll leave that there a minute. You can have a look at that. Now also, I'm going to do a quick one with a tortilla wrap. So let's get myself one of the wraps out of the packet. Now these wraps are not particularly big, but we'll manage. Again, just put a little bit of lettuce there. Get some of the mixture. You don't want to overfill these wraps, especially these ones, because they're a little bit small. But just kind of squeeze a bit in there. That'll do us. Now I'm just going to fold it up from the bottom, and then we can put it over here, and again fold it up there. So we've got a wrap, and you know, it means it doesn't all fall out the bottom. So let's just have a look at that. Move that back. Got a wrap. Beautiful. Let me just try some of this. Got lovely cheesiness. And I can taste the chilli come through a little bit. Some dried tomatoes. There's a lot of flavours going on. Oh, bit of lemon. Nice peach tomato. You get a little bit from the fennel. Oh, it's lovely. Really nice and fresh, and very simple to do. So give this a go, and I think you'll love it. Oh, great one for spring, summer, barbecues. Delish. Thanks for watching my videos. I hope to see you on the next one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you like what I do, don't forget to subscribe. Always appreciated. All the best, the original Naked Chef. That's lovely.